So, greetings and salutations. This is in response to one Grimlock 69. He goes by Almighty 169 now. He's been wanting to apparently join Where's the Beef on Wednesday to be there as an audience participant because he says he's got questions to ask Henny and or meta cheaters. But that's not all. Apparently there is a challenge he wishes to put down. He wants to challenge somebody that I guess has been speaking bad of his name for a while now, according to the videos that were sent to me this morning. Here's my response to it, because I guess he's been dying to hear a response. So this is my response. Wednesday's show is between Hennything690 and Meta Cheaters. It has nothing to do with you. Now, if you were just a regular patron and you were able just to go there, ask your questions, and go back to your seat, then that would be fine. I probably wouldn't have an issue if you've been there. Having said that, there is a little problem. A person you're not allowed to be around is going to be there because I was a little short-staffed and they said they would help. So they are going to be staff in this particular situation. So I need them there because I need things covered. I needed help with one thing, and that was all. And they said they would help. So there it was. If you want to challenge somebody to take on my show, you've been on the show enough to know that you need to cut a promo if that's the way you want to do a challenge, or if you want to challenge somebody. And it's bewildering to me simply because it seems like you are an archaeologist, my friend. You like to dig up old shit. You like to throw out there that I say that you don't take responsibility for anything, and yet it's on video on my YouTube channel, on my show, where I had given you credit for taking on all comers and getting up there and facing your accusers, and you had a right to speak and this and that. You know, you tend to forget all the good things that I had said, all those little favors, things for you. Doesn't matter if they were few and far between, the insults were few and far between as well. So, be that as it may. You have your version of it, I have mine. You can believe your version, I'll believe mine. So let's just leave it at that. That being said, it's comical to me. It kind of makes me laugh a little bit because I don't know for how long you've ever said that my show was a joke. That, as a matter of fact, you like to tease about my name, calling me Captain Joke. And, you know, the whole thing about the Where's the Beef is such a little show, and that the only reason we had you on the show was for clicks and to get the clickbait and to get the views and whatnot, because without you that we would be nothing, this and that and the other. We did perfectly fine without you. But it's amazing that you say all these negative things, these negative comments about my show, but yet now you want to be back on it because you want to challenge somebody. You know, I thought all of this was squashed between us, but the more you bring up old stuff, the more it stays alive, the more it shows you can't move forward, and it's a little disturbing to me. That being said, you really want to challenge somebody, I'll give you that chance, but it will be through a promo, not through another show where now you're hijacking it to make it about you and your challenge. That's not the way this is working. This is built up for a while, I'm guessing, between these two individuals, and she has every right to speak her mind and say what she has to say, as he has every right to speak his mind and say everything that he has to say. But that being said, we're going to let these two do the talking, and then any valid questions that come for the both of them will be tolerated. Any kind of challenge made for someone else, that's not the way this is working. You want to make a challenge, you're more than welcome to, but you will do it through a promo, and that is all. I'm sure that if you decide to cut a video on your live, that will get back to me. It seems to be the only way we're able to communicate, and that's fine. You know, it is what it is. and at least it's away. And then we can cut a promo. I can meet up with you at Where's the Beef. We'll cut a promo. You can challenge somebody, and then you can take the stage again and decide on how you want to handle that. But you won't be able to go to Wednesday's show simply because there's somebody there you can't be around. And, the last time that happened, I confronted you in the front of the building, and I let you know that they were there, and I've told everybody, to your credit, you left without a fuss. You didn't argue, you didn't complain, you did tell me you just came to support your friend, and I said I appreciate and understand that, but they are there, and you cannot be there, and you said okay, and you left. So I even gave you credit for that you were actually a gentleman and you left. You didn't argue, you didn't bitch, you didn't complain. But again, you don't ever give me credit for doing anything right or for doing anything beneficial to you and being kind to you. You just like to bring up all the old shit and try to keep that shit pot being stirred. I choose not to stir that shit pot with you anymore. I'm done with all that. I'm a decent human being. I always have been a decent human being. You could ask damn near anybody, and they can tell you I'm a decent human being. Sure, there's going to be the haters out there that are going to hate me. You should be very well aware of that, what it's like having the haters that hate you. But you know what? They don't mean anything to me, so I don't give a damn what they think about me. I really don't. All I concentrate on is the positive and the positive people in my life that actually mean something to me. And this show means something to me. I'm finally glad to get it off the ground again, and it's going to be great. It's going to be epic. And again, lastly, if you really want to do a show, if you really want to challenge somebody, you will do it in a promo. That's the way it's got to be done, because that's the way it's done for all the rest of them. So, do you accept that? Do you still want to challenge somebody? I guess now the ball is in your court. We will see whether or not you return the serve. So, that's all I've got to say about that. For anyone else that's listening to this, have a great day.